somebody who could come in and
we know how to clean up the streets. I mean, Gavin Newsom cleaned up the streets of San Francisco when Xi Jinping showed up. I mean, it's just an act of the will. They don't want to do it.
Right, like when they get the whores off the street, when the mayor is like doing one of those cleanup.
Or like when the MLB All-Star game goes to Seattle, all of a sudden it's America's cleanest city.
Right. So you're saying if we can do it that one day.
Well, I'm saying it's an act of the will. It's all that it is. And look, woke, I won't even say left, woke philosophy is they don't really believe in private property. And at its core, why shouldn't someone be able to defecate on the side of the street? Who are you to judge?
Woke, yes, maybe.
I'm saying woke, not even liberal.
Right.
I'm making that distinction,
right,
which I think is a fair distinction.
That's another reason. Another one we can add to the list of woke is not liberal.
I think left versus liberal or woke versus liberal is an important distinction.
Right.
I will say what makes you different is few liberals stand up to the woke. And few liberals are willing to stand up to woke.
Absolutely. And few conservatives stand up to Trump.
Fair enough. I mean, you can stand up or disagree, but I guess you could say the question, is Trump, woke is an ideology. Is Trump an ideology? I mean, he's a person. MAGA is an ideology. But I mean, I disagree with Trump on a lot of stuff.
Bill Maher has fired another shot straight at the woke left, and this one stings. He blasted their non-stop push for bizarre, anti-reason ideas that sound more like satire than serious policies. Now, this isn't surprising coming from Maher, who's built a reputation in recent years as one of woke culture's loudest critics. But this latest takedown? It feels sharper, bolder, and packed with the kind of blunt honesty that grabs headlines. This wasn't just another critique. It was a fiery takedown that hit harder than usual. And trust me, this one is worth breaking down.
And on the woke stuff, big time.
Oh, yes. I mean, and they, just the way within a religion, they hate their own apostates more. I would say they hate me more because I'm supposed to like get on the short bus to Crazy Town with them, and I won't. And yet I'm still a liberal and still like, you know, I mean, we probably could argue all day about Donald Trump and what he's doing, which I'm not down with. But, you know, it's always the people who are closest who think, oh gosh, you shouldn't have, you're a traitor.
They've turned culture into a circus, flipping logic on its head. What makes it even crazier is the expectation that everyone else should blindly play along. They demand obedience, as if every opinion they shout must be treated like absolute truth. But the reality? Their policies don't fix problems. They actually make them worse by tossing out common sense. And no matter how loud they scream, most Americans aren't signing up for that nonsense.
Because they thought you were one of them and that...
I am one of them. They're not one of me. Okay. It's the liberals who have...
So they've left you, not you left.
Yeah, well, I feel like there's... Liberal and woke are two completely different things. It was the theme of my last stand-up special that I just did a few months ago. And it's basically... I mean, it wasn't the whole special, of course, but it was a large part of it devoted to that, to proving that case that, you know, what liberals believe, woke is something completely different. It's very often the opposite.
And here's the truth. Maher didn't abandon the woke crowd. He outgrew them. They brand him a traitor because he refuses to parrot their script. In their minds, he must have sold out, chasing money or clout. But really, he just walked away from a movement that left reason behind a long time ago. That's what stings the most. He didn't betray them. He just refused to stay stuck in their echo chamber.
Blind society, that's the goal. Woke's goal is, we see race everywhere.
Race obsession.
Yes, okay, so that's not liberal. You change. Liberal is, they're a two-state solution. Woke is river to the sea, okay? So just don't take my word and say you're that. You took this and took it to, you got off the F train, you fell asleep, and you got off at 20 stops too far, and don't blame me for it.
This is where Maher highlights the split between classic liberalism and the woke agenda. And honestly, he makes a good point. Now, let's be clear. You don't have to agree with everything Maher says. We don't either. But at least with him, disagreement is allowed. That's what liberalism used to mean, the freedom to debate without being erased. Woke culture, on the other hand, demands total conformity. Step out of line, even a little, you're not just criticized, you're canceled and dragged through the mud.
Or smoke pot.
No.
And you're married and super Christian. We're going to get along great.
You know, this is going to just be perfect.
But can I just ask you, because I want to find out a lot about you, because you're obviously a super bright guy, but you do think that I have the right to live completely opposite than you do.
I think you can get as drunk as you'd like.
And you're that kind of an American, right? You're not forcing your opinions as.
I'm not here to say you can't.
Say what you will about Bill Maher and Charlie Kirk, but you can't accuse them of silencing others. Unlike the woke crowd, they don't shut down opposing views. They hold strong opinions, sure, often controversial ones, but they don't force-feed them down anyone's throat. Instead, they create space for actual debate. Different perspectives collide, and that's how dialogue is supposed to work. Love them or hate them, at least your voice gets heard. And in today's world, that's rare.
Sometimes parties, like the Hollywood parties, and this is probably not most of America exactly this way, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's that different. And first of all, in this town, it's all run by like the Nepo babies. The Nepo babies, the trust fund kids, is all these little 22-year-old
The J.B. Pritzker types.
Well,
I'm kidding.
No, I'm sure. I know who you mean. The governor of Illinois.
He inherited the Hyatt.
Oh, sure.
You know,
well,
Nepo baby.
We invented Nepo baby out here. Okay, but yes, it's ever.
Maher also turned his fire on Hollywood's Nepo babies. Now, to be fair, some of them might actually have talent, but let's be real. They didn't get there on talent alone. They were born with famous last names, handed every opportunity, and shielded from the struggles everyday Americans face. Rent, gas, grocery bills? Those were never their problems. So when they preach unrealistic policies, it doesn't come from experience. It comes from a cushy bubble where reality never touched them.
I mean, again, I'm for picking that fruit too. It's silly to help drug addicts be drug addicts and keep them on the street. It's stupid to keep homeless on the street.
Oh, I totally agree.
There's another way. Liberals are different than the woke. The liberal thing forever was, for compassion's sake, get them off the street. That's not the woke version. Their version is, they're an endangered species. Don't touch them in their natural habitat, living under a bridge.
Let them defecate. Let them do whatever they want.
It's their thing. And, I mean, there should be nothing more basic than a government claiming the streets. The streets are...
Then Maher zeroed in on Gavin Newsom and progressive leaders pushing disastrous policies. According to them, the way to solve drug addiction is by giving addicts more drugs. Yes, seriously. Combine that with sanctuary city chaos, and you've got a total disaster. Just walk through downtown California, and you'll see it. Once thriving streets have turned into open-air drug zones. Homeless encampments stretch for blocks. The smell, the needles, the decay, it's heartbreaking. And Maher doesn't sugarcoat it. These policies aren't saving lives. They're destroying communities.
Maybe you can answer, why are these kind of things so difficult? You think, such common sense. Build a barracks. I know homeless people say they don't want to live there. You don't have a choice. Oh, we'll get robbed there. Hire security. It's pennies on the dollar. Why is it so difficult? I feel like I, with no real knowledge of this field, could do it. If I had people who would carry out I would say, okay, get me specs. I want to see where a place we could build it. I want to see what the barracks looks like. I want to see who works there. Is it really in the...
And here's the bottom line. The streets are not homes. No matter how advocates try to spin it, living in tents under bridges isn't dignity. It's desperation. The goal should always be getting people off the streets, not normalizing it. And the idea that moving the homeless makes them vulnerable? Vulnerable to what? On the streets, they're already exposed to crime, drugs, and disease. Pretending sidewalks are safe homes is just cruel.
We know how to clean up the streets. I mean, Gavin Newsom cleaned up the streets of San Francisco when Xi Jinping showed up. I mean, it's just an act of the will. They don't want to do it.
Right, like when they get the whores off the street, when the mayor is like doing one of those cleanup...
Or like when the MLB All-Star Game goes to Seattle, all of a sudden it's America's cleanest city.
Right. So you're saying if we can do it that one day...
Well, I'm saying it's an act of the will. It's all that it is. And look, woke, I won't even say left, woke philosophy is they don't really believe in private property. And at its core, why shouldn't someone be able to defecate on the side of the street? Who are you?
And here's where the hypocrisy really shows. Remember when San Francisco cleaned up overnight for foreign leaders' visit? Streets were cleared, tents gone, sidewalks spotless, almost instantly, which proves the resources exist. But when it comes to everyday citizens, suddenly it's too complicated. Instead of real solutions, politicians throw around buzzwords like compassion, hold press conferences, and congratulate themselves while the crisis continues. The truth? They could fix it. They just don't want to.
I'm saying woke, not even liberal.
Right.
I'm making that distinction,
Right,
which I think is
good.
a fair distinction.
That's another reason. Another one we can add to the list of woke is not liberal.
No, I think left versus liberal or woke versus liberal is an important distinction.
Right.
I will say what makes you different is few liberals stand up to the woke.
And
few liberals are willing
Correct.
to stand up to woke.
Absolutely. And few conservatives stand up to Trump.
Fair enough. I mean, you can stand up or disagree, but I guess you could say the question, is Trump, woke is an ideology. Is Trump an ideology? I mean, he's a person. MAGA is an ideology. But I mean, I disagree with Trump on.
Here's the real danger. Woke isn't just a fad. It's an ideology. And ideologies spread like viruses. You can defeat a politician. You can vote out a leader. But you can't vote away an ideology once it seeps into schools, culture, and entertainment. That's what makes it so dangerous. It embeds itself in institutions, targeting young minds before they've even had real-world experience. And unless people push back, it will keep spreading, long after today's leaders are gone.
Yes.
Do you think he actually believes that? Like he would do that?
It's worse if he does or would. It's still horrible that an American president would say that. Look me in the eye and tell me if Obama had said that, what your reaction would be.
Wouldn't like it.
Wouldn't like it. I think it would be a little more vitriolic than that.
We'd be
apoplectic.
Upset.
Okay. I'm finding out how honest you are, Charlie, and
right,
so far you're...
One thing that makes Charlie Kirk stand out is his willingness to challenge even his own side. Unlike many on the left who treat self-criticism as betrayal, Kirk isn't afraid to hold his allies accountable. He respects Trump, sure, but he doesn't idolize him. On certain issues, he openly disagrees, and he's not shy about it. That independence is rare in today's politics. He proves loyalty doesn't mean blind obedience, and that's what sets voices like Maher and Kirk apart. Maher calls out the absurdity of woke ideology, while Kirk shows that real loyalty means standing on principle, not just following orders. Together, they remind us of something politics desperately needs: honest dialogue, independent thought, and the courage to confront uncomfortable truths. America doesn't need more echo chambers. It needs more voices unafraid to challenge both sides. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.